So today we're going to talk about teaching your dog to wait at doors. The wait will come in handy in other places as well, but the wait at the door is so important, so valuable. It can really mean life or death, but for the most part, it's just a convenience and peace of mind during the day that the door opening and closing throughout the day to grab the mail, to say hello to somebody, to go in and out to your car is not going to be an open invitation for your dog to leap out and run amok in the neighborhood. So I like to teach nice and young. This is 3-month-old Finn, and I want to teach him that doors never mean just hop right out. You always go outdoors only via invitation, and I want him to learn that before he has a chance to bounce out the door by accident or otherwise and have a grand time running around in the yard and getting chased by his family maybe to get back in. So better to start young before he has a history of dashing out the door. Finn, hi Bubba. Sit. Good boy. So I have his attention, and all I really need here, I am going to ask for a sit, although later the position really doesn't matter. I'm asking for a sit because he's an easily distractible young baby puppy, and so I'm much more likely to have attention from him if I have his eyes, and he's more likely to be looking at me if he's in a sit, and less distracted in a sit. Sit. Good boy. So all I'm going to do now is show him that if you don't get up as soon as you see somebody reach for the door, you get rewarded for that choice. Yes, good. As long as he's at least, say, 3 or 4 feet away from the door, that's fine. We're not going to work with a puppy that's pressed right up against the door. That's not a good idea. You have no room for error, and it's just too crowded. It's too dangerous. I want him back a little bit. Sit. Good boy. I'm not actually using a word or a verbal cue yet because he doesn't know what it means. So I'm going to first get the behavior over and over again where he just chooses, well, it seems pretty cool to sit back here when she's opening the door. I get rewarded for that. So I'll hang here, and then I'll give it a name later. Finn. Good boy. Uh-oh. So if he moves forward when the door opens, I just mark it with an uh-oh, meaning bummer. That's the reason you didn't get clicked and treated. And so he can connect his action with what just happened and the reason he didn't get rewarded. Uh-oh. So even at 3 months old, once the seal is broken on the door, he's already kind of convinced that this means he's going out. Super fun. So I've got to attribute some value, some positive associations to being back behind the door. It's not like all the good stuff only happens if you bounce out the door. I want to make sure good stuff happens back here. Good choice, buddy. So I'm making it a little bit easier because the last 2 times he actually came forward. I don't want him to fail and fail 3, 4 times in a row. Oh, that was lovely. Good boy. He's making choices here, and I want to make sure I mark those choices so he understands this is where we're going from here. Doors open, you hang back. Yay. Good boy. Look at that. So I'll leave it open and just start working towards opening it all the way. Finn. So I would say that even though he may not understand why, and we've just begun, he is making a purposeful choice to hang back even though there's a door opening. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a name. Finn. Good. Wait. Look at that. Good job, buddy. Good job, buddy. Good high value rewards for this. This is hard for him. And so nice fresh chicken. Which he's going to make sure he gets every molecule of. Hey, buddy. Sit. Good boy. Wait. That was nice. So he took a chance, and he was like, wow, that door's about to open, but I think I'll sit back here. And it worked out well for him. Sit. Good. Wait. One of the things I'm doing here also is making sure that I'm moving towards the door in as natural and normal a fashion as possible. I don't want to be backing up slowly and acting all weird, or he's not really going to be confident in what he's doing. Plus, moving forward for the next 15 years, I'm not going to want to walk to the door that way. I want to walk to the door like a normal person walks to the door, with their back probably to everything back here and eyes off the dog. So I have to get him used to that now. Ready? Good. Wait. Good. A lot of repetition, but this is important for him to really understand it. Hen. Wait. Penny. Wait. Okay. So I'm just moving a little more and a little more actually out the door, rather than just lumping it all into 2 or 3 repetitions and hoping for the best. Then, wait. Actually, I took a step. Maybe I'll take 2 steps next time. Wait. That is so smart. So you can really see that there's something clicking with him right now. He's saying, door's opening, but man, I get paid for being back here. This is a good place to be when doors open. Hey, you. Choo, choo, choo. Sit. Good boy. Wait. 2 feet out, he hung. That's awesome. You're the best. So now I either need to invite him out with me, if he's going with me, say for a potty trip or a walk, or maybe I'm going out without him. Maybe I just need to go check the mail and it's raining. I don't want to take him with me, whatever. He needs to know that when the door shuts, his job's over. So oftentimes I'll just toss a little treat. I'll have maybe a family member jolly him into a back room, just so he knows. You have to make sure your puppy doesn't think, or your dog doesn't think that they're supposed to sit there in the foyer looking at the door until you get back. This isn't stay, it's wait. They're different. This is just a temporary pause button. And at the door, it just means don't cross the threshold unless you hear okay. Wait. So in this case, hey bud. Good. Wait. I'm going to head out. On my way out, I'm going to toss him a little goodie. Good job, buddy. And that's it. So he didn't even he didn't think that going over that threshold was valuable at all to him. To him, it was pretty cool to hang here. Once you've taught the basics of wait at the door, doors open and you hang back and wait for permission, then you can really start proofing it. It's important to proof any behavior you teach so that in real life, the dog actually understands the basics of what you've taught and isn't confused by it or getting in trouble for not waiting at the door when there's a dog passing, even though you never really taught it. So you can't just expect them to do the same solid wait when there's children playing on the front lawn or dogs passing or cars whipping by when you didn't actually involve that in your training. So not sure we'll get any of those particular distractions here, but I can do some big things to kind of make sure that she doesn't think that it's okay to go just because I'm yelling or waving or whipping the door open fast. Cedar, wait. So I should be able to open the door however I want, move my body however I want. It's not that I'm going to be looking at her and using my eyes to keep her in place. Wait. She totally understands it. So I should be able to get out here and fix my Christmas lights, say, or fix something that's here, take my eyes completely off of her, maybe grab a key that somebody left for me under my mat, water the plant, and all of those options are things that she has learned and knows, well, I can't do that, so I might as well hang here. It just always benefits her to hang back no matter what I'm doing here. Wait. Hey guys, what's going on? You want to come on over? So even though I'm talking out the door and waving with my attention completely off of her, she has learned that's not a release. I just hang here. And she's totally comfortable doing it. She's not stressed. She's not trying to make a decision. Should I go? Should I not go? She knows very well because we've just done a whole ton of repetition doing this so that she's comfortable with it, and I'm totally comfortable, perhaps even holding the door open, wait, while somebody carries in a bunch of packages or while somebody on the driveway has to have a conversation with me, but I don't really want to step out. I don't have any shoes on. I want to make sure all these scenarios are explored, and my dog is totally comfortable doing them. Wait. Yes, good girl. Very good. So something else we need to teach at the front door is, besides when the door closes, you're free to go, is sometimes you get to go out with me. So whether there's a leash on or not, and whether your dog is going with you or not, you should still do the wait. Once I release her outside, I also want you to notice that when I say okay, she doesn't just take off for the hills. I like for all dogs to be trained to turn back around and check in with mom, with dad, after they exit out of the car door, out of the front door. It's not, there's a connection there. There's a connection between the two of you. And when she's going out with me, I want her to turn around and go, so, hey, what are we doing, Mom? Not, see you later. Okay, so you can notice that as well when we talk about how we trained it. Wait. So I usually just make sure that there's nothing out here I don't want to release her to. And of course, once your dog knows the behavior and is really good at it, you don't have to be clicking and treating every time. This is for new behaviors. While we're teaching a new behavior, I am marking and rewarding her choices that lead up to this wonderful final goal. You don't need to have clicker and treats with you ongoing for weeks and weeks. Wait. So I make sure everything's fine, and then release her. Now, I want her to really know the release word too. So as you're training, you're going to make sure she doesn't come or get out of her spot or cross the threshold when you say peanut butter and jelly or beautiful day, but only when you say, okay. She knows it. Okay. Once she goes out, yes, good girl. I didn't ask her to look at me. Once she goes out, she turns around and checks in with me. What are we going to do now, Mom? And by the way, wait is going in and going out, so I'm going to do a wait going back in. Wait. Okay. So she's not crossing the threshold just because I am. She's crossing the threshold, quiet. She's crossing the threshold because I gave her the release. Cedar. Sit. Wait. 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 Okay. Good girl. So she checks back in with me after she exits or when she enters. When a dog crosses the threshold, I don't want you to be left back in the dust. I want your dog to reconnect with you. Hey, what are we doing? Where are we going? What's going on? It's a safety feature. It's also just nice communication and connection between the two of you. I don't want to ever say okay to my dog and think that she's probably going to be in the South 40 before I even close and lock my door. Good girl, see. Wait. Okay. Lovely. Yay. 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 Good girl. All right.